Hey, what's up guys? Jason Your Face here. Many years ago, I don't remember the year, maybe 2003, I had my first 15 minutes of fame, or rather, first split second of fame. I was in the very first Nike commercial to feature LeBron James. This is when LeBron James was first getting on the scene. He was making waves, and yeah, it was his very first Nike commercial, and it was shot at Arco Arena. That's what it was called back in the day. This was in Sacramento. The arena, I believe it still stands, but it's not being used right now, and it's gone through a few name changes. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show the full commercial towards the end of this video, but what I want to do right now is just show you a very small clip of it and point out my little appearance in that, and also tell you the story behind it. So this is one of those blink and you'll miss me moments. I'm right here in the beginning and coming up pretty soon here. Oh, and there I am standing in the stands. Look how young I am. I have a full head of hair. Wow, and I'm totally jumping up and getting into it, acting. I'm being a thespian. Wow, so young. LeBron James himself was young. He was only 18. Can you believe it? Only 18. So there was this big cattle call for extras to appear in this Nike commercial locally in Sacramento at Arco Arena. And they were looking for hundreds of extras of different shapes, sizes, colors, genders, and whatnot. And they wanted to fill the stadium up for this big old commercial shoot. And I believe at the time I was still doing like musical theater and things like that. And I really didn't even want to go because it was like an early, like 6 a.m., I think it was 6 a.m. morning call, which means, you know, I'd have to get up earlier than that to get ready and then get down there. And one of my buddies, who was also in one of the musicals that I was in, just called me up and said, "Yo, come on, let's go do this. Come on, you know, what harm could it do to just be in this? It's, you know, an easy, quick $160 or something like that. And, you know, it was local, so why don't we just go and we'll all make it a fun time." And I was like, all right, fine, let's just go. And it was a long day. I believe it was about 14 hours long, and there's a whole lot of hurry up and wait, that sort of thing, which is par for the course in terms of, you know, showbiz and acting, and especially being an extra. And they would tell each section of the stadium to, you know, react and respond to LeBron James and what's going on down on the court, like the game. Pretend you're watching the game. So they had someone come across and he'd like give a signal, and we'd all jump up and wave our hands and cheer. Well, theoretically anyway. Some people were just not into it because, again, it was a long day. People were getting tired, and they were already tired because it was an early call time of like 6 a.m. and so some people just weren't into it. But every time that guy told us to stand up and wave and shout and scream, you know, my buddy and I did, and it was cool because what happened was, because we were involved and we looked like we were actually participating and acting in this thing, my clip made the cut, and I got upgraded from extra to, I guess at that time it was called a principal. You know, I mean, that's what we would call it nowadays. Yeah, I mean, there was no real official notice necessarily that I got upgraded. My buddy got upgraded too, but we just started receiving checks in the mail, like like residual checks, because our clip made it into the commercial, which was awesome because it was a long day. Definitely, we were exhausted by the end of it, and all we expected was $160 each, right? Everybody was going to get $160 for being an extra, or $150, I don't know. And without any notice, you know, I just started getting checks in the mail. Just every time this commercial aired, and I believe it was airing on ESPN or something at the time. And yeah, at the end of the run, I basically made not only the 160 for being an extra, but also about $7,000 in residual checks from that. And so that was like my first foray into really seeing what acting money could be. It's good work if you can get it, right? So you can only imagine how much an A-lister makes, right? That was just a little tiny fraction of what, you know, any kind of star, right? Whether it be a Hollywood star, Hollywood actor, or a big athlete, like a big professional athlete like LeBron James. It's just a fraction of what he's making now and what he made over the years, right? But hey, can't complain. I'm not a big star, but that was some good. That was a good chunk of change right there. So I was very excited for that and very grateful, and it makes for a good story to tell. Also, I have hair in this commercial. This is back when I had hair up here. Pretty amazing. It's not every day you get upgraded. You know, back in the day when I first started doing extra work, I remember they would always try to entice you, like, yeah, come out and do the extra work because you never know, you might get upgraded. Very rarely. I did a lot of extra work, and that was the only time I got upgraded. So yeah, it happens once in a blue moon, but it does happen. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the commercial. I hope you enjoyed seeing me with an actual full head of hair. I know I enjoyed seeing that because it's been a long time since my head's been covered with hair. Okay guys, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.
LeBron James making his much-awaited NBA debut. Jerry, boy, you talk about pressure. Is he going to be able to handle it? Can he handle it? We just don't know. LeBron takes the ball for the first time, guarded by Bibby. LeBron, 18 years of age, surveying the floor. Jerry, what is going on?
I don't know.
Oh, this is good. You talk about not being able to handle the pressure.
You're a joke! You ain't all that
I've never seen anything like this before.
Come on, young fella.
good.